Welcome student. Today we want to do calculus under subtopic area, approximation using trapezoidal rule and mid-ordinate rule. So you have been given equation of a curve. So complete the table below for the curve y is equal to x squared minus 3x plus 6 for x is negative 2 or equal to 2, x is less than or equal to 8. So you draw a table where you have negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you calculate the values of y. So how do you calculate the values of y? You use the equation y is equal to x squared minus 3x plus 6. So where there is x, you take negative 2. So it will be negative 2 squared minus 3 into negative 2 plus 6. And that one, if you calculate, you press in your calculator the way it is, you press with the bracket just the way it is, you get 16. You get 16. Then you go to the second one, is negative 1. So you get negative 1 squared minus 3 into negative 1 plus 6. You just press the way it is in your calculator, you get 10. Then you continue like that. For example, the sixth one, 6 when x is 6, then you replace with 6. So 6 squared minus 3 into 6 plus 6, you get 24. 24. So that is how we fill. That is how we fill the table. Then question number 2, use the trapezoidal rule with 6 strips to estimate the area bounded by the curve. The same curve, x is negative 2 and x is equal to 8 and x-axis. So you need to, number 1, the area of trapezoidal rule states that the area of a trapezium is normally a half h into a plus b. This is the border lines. So here we have several trapeziums. So we will first get what? H. So how do you get h? You get h by taking the extreme values 8 and negative 2. You get that length. You will get 8 minus negative 2. You divide by the number of strips. So the number of strips in this question is 5. You divide by 5, you get 2. So that is how we get our h. So h is equal to 8 minus negative 2. Divided by the number of strips, you get 2. So after getting 2, then you can now sketch the graph. The graph is starting from negative 2 up to 8. So negative 2, you add 2, you get 0. Then you add 2, you get 2. You add 2, you get 4. You add 4, you get 6. You add 2, you get 8. So you are adding a span of 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So you sketch the graph. So you need to get the area. So these are the 5 strips. Strips 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you get area. So area will be a half height times you add the last one. The first one and the last one together. The first one is y, negative 2. Then the last one is y, x is 8. Then the middle ones you multiply by 2 because they are repeating. This first one stands for 2 trapezium, this trapezium and this one. This one stands for this trapezium and this stands for this trapezium and this stands for. So the middle ones are repeating twice. So you will multiply by 2. So it is 2, y naught when x is 0, then y when x is 2, plus y when x is 4, and plus y when x is 2. So you will multiply them by 2. So you just replace. So when y is at the beginning here, the value is 16. So 16 and the last value is 46. You add. Then when it is 0, the value is 6. When it is x is 2, the value is 4. When it is 4, the value is 10. And when it is 6, the value is 24. So that is when you do that, you just press the calculator the way it is. Remember bracket, you must be very keen on the bracket. So you just press in the calculator the way it is, you end up with 150. So that is how we use trapezoidal. So the most important thing is you get the first one and the last one, you add. Then the middle one, you add them and you multiply by 2. So that is how we use trapezoidal rule. Question C, use the mid-ordinate rule. Mid-ordinate rule with the 5 strips. Again, mid-ordinate rule, you get height. Mid-ordinate rule, you are going to apply the area of a rectangle, which is normally length times width. So we have so many rectangles here. So this trapezium are reduced to rectangle using mid-ordinate rule. So you get again h will be again the last value minus the first value divided by the number of strips. So you get 2. So again you divide your graph, you sketch a graph, all the values the way they are from -2 up to 8, and you divide into 5 strips. So 5 strips means -2. You add 2, you get 0, you add 2, you get 2, you add 2, you get 4, you add 2, you get 6, you add 2, you get 8. So the medium, the mid. So you divide this one into the medium value. So the medium value will be at -1. The medium value of these strips is 1. Then the medium value for this strip is 3. The medium value for this one is 5, and the medium value for this is 7. So you are going to, this is the formula, h times the middle value of y. So you will take the value of y when x is -1 plus the value of y when x is 1 plus the value of y when x is 3 plus the value of y when x is 5 plus the value of y when x is 7. So that is how you get the mid values. So you just come and read from your table. When it is -1, the value is 10. When it is 1, the value is 4. When it is 3, the value is 6. When it is 5, the value is 16. And when it is 7, the value is 24. So when you do that calculation, you just press in your calculator the way you are seeing it. 2 into 10 plus 4 plus 6 plus 16 plus 24. The answer is 140 square unit because it is area. So that is how we use mid-ordinate rule. So the most important thing is you get height. After getting height, then you divide your work into 5 strips you sketch. Then you get the middle point, the middle point, like that. So sometimes they can tell you to use strips and ordinates. So when they tell you to use ordinates, what are ordinates? Ordinates are now the boundaries. The boundaries. For example, here, the ordinates. This one will have how many ordinates? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 ordinates. So ordinates, when you are told to use 6 ordinates, you will subtract 1 for you to get the number of strips. So sometimes you are told to use ordinates. So when you use ordinates, how do you get h? 6 ordinates, you subtract 1, you get 5 strips. So 5 strips, you will divide this way. So you can convert the ordinate into strips by subtracting 1. And now you are told to get exact area. How do you get exact area? Exact area is gotten by integration. So you integrate the equation y this. So when you want to get the area, exact area, use integration method. So you integrate this value from the boundary, which is 8 up to -2, and the upper value is 8. So when you integrate this with respect to x, integration, how do we normally integrate? This is the formula, a x raised to b. The first thing, you add 1 to the power, so it will be a x b plus 1. After getting the result here, it is what you divide, b plus 1. So in our case, it is 2. The first thing, you add 2, you add 1 to 2, you get 3. So it will be x raised to 3, and you divide with the same power. So every time the power must be the same as the denominator. Here we have x raised to 1. When you add another 1, you get x raised to 2. So it will be 3x raised to 2 divided by 2. So every time the power is the same as denominator. This one that does not have a letter, you just give it x. So how does that one come? It is 6x raised to 0. Anything raised to 0 is 1. So when you add 1, you get 6x raised to 1 divided by 1. So this one has no effect. So you just give it a letter. It remains 6x. Then you add c. C ensures that there is continuation or integration. We don't know the value that was there. And then you bracket, you get the upper value, the lower value. Then you just replace. The upper values will be where there is x, you put 3. So it will be 8 cubed over 3 minus 3 into 8 square over 2 plus 6 into 8. C will disappear automatically because we will be doing subtraction, so you can just ignore that C at that point. Then this one minus, it is upper value minus lower value, upper value minus lower value. So you get minus and you open bracket again. Now you replace with -2. Where there is x, you use -2. So -2 cube over 3 minus 3 into -2 square over 2 plus 6 into -2, you get this. So when you just press in your calculator the way it is, this side you will get 122 2/3 minus this minus, and when you press this side you are getting -22 over 3. So when you do this calculation, a negative and a negative becomes positive, and the final answer is 143 1/3 square units. So this is the exact value. So you can see that the exact value is different from mid-ordinate value, different from trapezoidal value, because trapezoidal and mid-ordinate are approximation. So you don't need approximate. So maybe the second question, they can ask you to calculate the percentage error when you are using mid-ordinate or when you are using trapezoidal rule. For example, let's get the percentage error when you are calculating using mid-ordinate rule. So that should be the next question. Percentage error. So percentage error when using mid-ordinate rule. What is the percentage error? You just subtract and you convert it to percentage. So it will be 143, the exact value, minus the mid-ordinate value, which is 140. 140, you get 3 1/3. So this is the error. You convert it into percentage, it becomes 3 1/3 all over the exact value, which is 143 1/3 times 100%. When you do that in the calculator, you get 2.33. to 2 decimal place. That is the percentage error. So that is how you get. If it is a percentage error in the trapezoidal rule, it will be 150 minus actual value 143 and a third divided by original value, which is that, times 100%. You also get the value. So that is the end of our session. For now, we shall continue for the next one will be differentiation. And remember, this is paper 1, and you can't go to paper 1 KCSE if you don't know this thing. Thank you for listening, and let's meet shortly.